I have 5 kids, and Jason's my only son. Growing up, he was just a very energetic, spunky, fun-loving, outgoing kid. He was always fun to be around, and when he turned about 14, I think it was, is when I started seeing him starting to show some anger, resentment, and bitterness.
I was introduced to drugs and alcohol. At first, it was just peer pressure. I got peer pressured into smoking weed with my friend and his older brother. I just wanted acceptance. I wanted to fit in, I guess. When I got into high school, it started becoming more. I wanted to be popular. I wanted to be that cool kid, I guess you can say.
When I started noticing changes in Jason, I really started praying hard. I remember having my prayer partners and ladies in my Bible study. We would just pray for him.
I was out with my friends on New Year's, and I got pulled over, and I got a DUI. I just remember my mom picking me up at the DUI station. I just felt so bad because I could just see the look of frustration and anger. I just felt like I disappointed her. 2 days after my court sentencing date for my DUI, I got caught at a party and got another minor. The next morning, I remember sitting at a friend's house feeling like, man, I am so done, I'm broken, I don't want to keep living like this. So later that day, I called my mom and I told her what happened, and I got a minor. I'd have to go to court again, that I might be facing jail time again.
It was heartbreaking. It's the worst thing ever when you watch your children making choices and mistakes that can potentially destroy them. At first, when I started praying for him, I would pray like the general things, for him to surrender and live a life knowing Christ and all of those things. But then when I saw him really becoming angry and withdrawn, I would just pray for God to give him powerful, moving experiences like he had in my life.
I called my mom and I asked her for help, that I was broken, that I wanted help, that I needed to change my life. And that was the first time I actually opened up to my mom and admitted that I had a problem and that I wanted help. There was a CR class, a Celebrate Recovery class. I remember her driving me there, and on the way there, it was like a battle between my flesh and God, and I knew I was supposed to be there, but I was fighting it. I did not want to go there.
So we pulled up, we got there, we drove up to the office, and he told me, no, I don't think I want to do this yet. A couple of the men from CR came over and they were talking to me on my side of the window, and Jason said no. I could see the anger, and he was mad.
All right, so I locked the door and I wasn't willing to get out. And I remember one of the CR leaders said to me, the worst thing that can happen for you coming into this class would be it could change your life. And I sat there for a minute, let that soak in, and just thought to myself, like, man, do I really want help, or do I want to live the way I was living? So I got out of the car, I walked into the room and just sat down with all the guys, and I remember just sitting there feeling like, wow, these guys are giving everything up to God, and they overcame their addictions, they overcame their hurts. And after the class, I asked for all the guys to pray for me. And after that day, my life's never been the same.
I don't think that this walk with Jason has been just for Jason. I think it has also, it sounds kind of selfish, but it's kind of been healing, and shows me the power of God and the power of prayer, having my son come back, because it gave me such hope. It renewed my hope. It renewed everything, because at a time when I surrendered and gave my son to God, but I still had that, I don't know if I was doubting him. I just maybe had some unbelief, that I thought that this situation was way bigger, than what God can do. And he restored my hope and my faith in him by, at a time when I least expected it, he grabbed a hold of my son and totally transformed him. And in that situation, he totally transformed me and made me believe in the power of prayer. And his siblings and my family have people around town that knew Jason when he was walking a hard road and making really bad choices. They've seen him totally be transformed, and it just goes to show the power of prayer.